Oh, right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All with Grumpy Magician.
We live.
We're
We made
back
it to 2026.
against all odds. Hello, Kala.
I mean, the world certainly tried.
Yep.
Shout out to the fact that I've already received my first injury of 2026.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
People need to not leave pins around the place.
Especially not point
So
up.
dumb. Mm-hmm.
That's just basic. Basic stuff. Don't leave a pin point up.
Basic safety.
Ugh.
That's the storm for you, Harry. Hold on.
Oh, you got some stuff going on outside.
Oh yeah, that's some rain. Good amount of snow as well.
Nice.
I did not realize I was in the middle of a storm.
That means you have good headphones.
How long's that been going? Hang on.
This is an extra layer because for those who watched Aries 24-hour Halloween stream, they sit right next to a window.
Yeah, I literally just pulled the curtain aside and was just like, oh yeah, apparently started just over an hour ago. And we've had 2 inches of snow within about half an hour.
Good.
99-mile-per-hour gusts within the past time.
Southwest Coast is a red warning with 99-mile-per-hour winds recorded.
Yeah, that's what I just saw.
Good lord.
It's,
It's like hurricane grade wind.
Well, if I vanish partway,
We know
you
why.
all know why.
If anything happens,
Just gonna hear the sound of glass shattering, and then cackle from the window. I finally have you, my pretty. You and that little dog. So, what dog? I don't have a dog. What are you on about?
start hearing Wicked in the background. Jonathan Bailey flies through your window.
Oh, God. A dream I'm sure many have dreamed.
I'm certain. So, what happened last time? Old Bag was on the stand, right? We're in the middle of court still?
So Old Bag was on the stand. She did the usual thing where she lied because she wanted to cover up
Yep.
stuff because she liked the actor. And we've essentially had to go, hey, look, we get that you lied, and we're basing a lot of it off of the article that Lotta was writing about how Adrian was
Going back and forth.
involved with him, kind of going back and forth between the 2 actors, which we've been able to establish is because she viewed the previous agent as a mentor and also emotional support, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
With said actor then committing Sudoku.
Yep. Nice and healthy, here.
Look, all I'm saying is, if something happened to my Oshi, okay?
This is where this is like rough draft for Oshinoko.
Oh god, Oshinoko. Oh.
I haven't actually seen it, but I know how the first episode ends because, you know, people talk about it.
Great series. I personally think it ended well. Lots of people don't. Fucking stellar work by the Kaguya writer.
Mm-hmm.
To go from Kaguya to that, like, that is just showing, hey, you've got an amazing range of what you can do.
I believe they're also the
And
same
also-
setting.
Yes, they are, because
You can see Kaguya in the
Kaguya is seen
background.
taking
Yeah.
photos. But that's also one of the only manga I've read which gave me an actual panic attack.
Oh, good.
Like, they had a sequence that I was just like, that's way too real. This is way too... Oh no. Oh no.
It's one of those, oh, the author's been here before, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, highly recommend. Great series.
And then yeah, we've not declared, accused Adrian of being the killer. Yes, I believe so. She's on the stand now. I can't remember if we accused her
she's
or not.
on the stand. I can't remember if we've accused her, but we've gone, look, it can't be our guy because she could have done it. I think that's currently where we were, and we're just like, okay, we now need to try and do what we can to pin it on her to get him free.
Oh yeah, and,
also, Gumshoe's been essentially fired.
this is the last day of this day in court.
Mm-hmm.
And Edgeworth is behind the prosecution stand.
Yep.
And
Edgy Boy has returned, as we all knew he would. And he's like, man, Phoenix, you can't live without me. And they're all being very sun towards each other.
So that you can't live without him, can't live with him situation.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's get in there, shall we?
Let's get started.
Farewell, my turnabout. March 22nd, 2:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Alright, let me remember how to do all these voices.
I think he was like a surfer
bro, yeah.
kind of accent.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. Would have been very easy for her to pull this off. Only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. Okay, we have accused her.
Cool.
Hello, Skitty. So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time, and it seems like you probably weren't supposed to be, judging by this.
Yeah, she looks kind of pissed. Well, not pissed, but just like, he's doing it again.
Yeah. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. And, oh, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes. She is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. I'm not sure if he's, like, fully convinced himself that this is the fact yet, or if he's just, like, really in on this poker face.
I'm half thinking it's, look, it has to be her so that Maya can get free. I think he is half saying this to convince himself.
Forgot that Maya's in trouble right now. Why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Forgot. Just there's the word again, triggering the association. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Every time that fucking judgment quote.
So good.
Phoenix, You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. Then Miss Impacts suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it
Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder?
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got so close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back.
It sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts?
It was Edgeworth.
Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. No, but you don't understand, Mia. He's trying to be a good guy. Like, he's trying to be the necessary evil. He's in his edgy phase. Get it?
He's trying to butter me up. Get back into my good graces. March 22nd, 2:25 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room.
Still got this.
What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
Smooth, Judge. Smooth.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Yeah, he would be the tutorial guy.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. Have you ever heard of either of these?
No?
A new one for me, too.
I have no clue.
This one did not come from Lada, so I cannot parse it.
I mean, apparently it's something obvious because I'm seeing no one else asking about it.
Okay, well, either it's no one else asking about it, or it's another weird pun that can't be translated correctly. Alright, well. But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that. Phoenix immediately just like, I am.
He's like raising a finger. I think
well, actually, okay, I'll just...
That was the entire point of the last, like, 10 minutes we were in this room, but, oh, okay. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Yes. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well, then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
And I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
She's the type of woman who's easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So, you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Alright, that is the game informing us. If we get the option to go in, we need to go in. Got it.
Yep. Press and then press harder.
Yep. So, option 1 makes sense. I kind of want to push on option 2. Because, like, why did you go in there? He wasn't involved?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't remember if we've discussed them
that
changing costumes.
Well, I think that will probably be a, hey, why did you go there? Well, because we were having, we were in a relationship. Because she's already admitted, yeah, we were seeing each other privately. Yeah. Well, see you then.
Yeah, might as well start. Give it a shot. Hold it! And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, one was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Go in, I guess?
Yep. Don't stop going in.
Yep.
We are mashing buttons on wake up.
Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? But perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
Okay. Let me check the court record also. What do we have? I have to remember. Picture, ticket, transceiver, camera, clipping, Map, the case, which was wet on top but not inside. Glass. Picture of the scene, the button. Celeste's suicide, Adrian's attempted suicide, Juan's autopsy, the knife, and Lotta's photo from right afterward. That's right, because it was someone who was in the costume who was shorter.
Hmm.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's press on what I saw was naturally the exact same scene and see if she slips up and mentions something that wasn't there or leaves something out.
Sounds good to me. Number 4. Hold it! This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes.
Phoenix. Well, there goes my entire plan.
We'll just have to see where he's taking it. He's had some good ideas this case. Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too. Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then, what did you do next, witness? Damn it, Phoenix!
One thing I do want to check on his autopsy, because the knife didn't kill him. He was strangled with a scarf. Okay, I wanted to be like,
Yeah.
They didn't use the strings off his guitar, right? And that's why they took it? No, okay.
No, it was strangled with his scarf and then stabbed post-mortem.
Oh god, I accidentally clicked. Okay, well, it's fine. I can just click
Now
through.
you getting the loop back through.
I'll just quickly run through this. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to...
Keep on the offensive and not let up.
The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
I have to find something. Just have to. For Maya's sake. Let's go from the top and hit the others we haven't done.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, from number 1. Hold it! And what was Mr. On Guard doing at that time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. He still has, like, the arm on, too. It cannot be comfortable.
To be fair, I've done performances in full costume. When it's done, you do just kind of go,
Collapse.
nah, I'm done. I've been wearing this for way too long. It is way too hot. There's the studio lights as well. I'm gonna just pass out in the corner here. You guys wake me up when you need me for the next scene.
That's fair. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me. It. What are you...
Objection! Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence.
I never paid
You can't
attention.
make a sensible... Go on.
I was gonna say, I never paid attention when we were doing sentence diagrams.
To be fair, same.
Such a stupid, pointless thing that I had to do like 8 years in a row.
Remember them in school? They were like, so we have the order and it's all like this. Me, having already spent way too much time writing and learning other languages, just... Do people not know this? Do people...
Well,
Pattern recognition.
Yeah,
How is this new?
it's just when it, for me, it's like when it gets down into the, okay, so this is this and this, you need to draw your lines in these specific ways. Like, why are we doing this? I understand what the sentence means. What is the purpose?
We need to know that when the time comes, you can properly diagram which word means which in the sentence. Buffalo, 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 buffalo.
Buffaloes are buffaloing and buffalo like buffalo as a buffalo, or something like that.
English sucks.
Yeah, it does.
English is a language made up by bastards.
I mean,
Shout
literally.
out to whoever decided to call dyslexia what it is. And put an S in Lisp.
Yep.
But also praise be to whoever decided to call rolling R's the erotic R.
Did not know that one.
Anytime, so like, you know how Scots will pronounce it a bit harder? That is a rhotic pronunciation. The more you know, chap. If you can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Phoenix, you're just gonna allow that?
Like I said, that's one of those things where the answer is probably yes, so he doesn't want to answer.
Well, it's also just... Phoenix, you had a line of questioning and he just went, actually no, this question instead. And you just went, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll go with that one instead of, you know, leading the witness on.
Yep.
To a separate point. God damn it.
God, I just can't do anything about it when he degrades me.
Everyone else just shaking their heads. I can't believe Phoenix is this bad. Phoenix, cut over to Phoenix, pulling at the collar, just, whew, is it hot in here, guys? Man, feels like since Edgeworth came here, AC's been malfunctioning.
Alright, number 3, we did 2. Go.
So now I'm just thinking of Edgeworth walking in the room and Phoenix Vision, full-on hot shots. Only you.
Dojo bubbles.
Yeah.
Get the big yaoi hands on him.
As what was? I hate the phrase Cabal gave it, but Cabal describing himself as, yeah, I'm a big cultist with the yaoi grippers. It's like, oh, I hate it. The internet, as ever, was a mistake.
What does that even come from? I know I've seen the, like, panel from, like, I assume it's a dojin of some kind. But, like...
Oh, what, the original yaoi hands?
Yeah, the big yaoi hands panel. I've only seen the one, like, little panel from the whole page.
Okay, I used to know this one.
It kind of looks like... I can't remember the guy's name. It looks like the guy from Ava, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
No, it's...
Alright.
Is it Junjo? Yes, it is, because Emily used to read it back at uni. It's Junjo Romantica.
Okay.
A friend of mine was big into yaoi manga. And the anime, they fixed it up a bit. But if you look at the manga, yeah. There's
that one panel that always gets shared. And it's just so obviously wrong. His hands are bigger than his head.
Let's finish a 6-hour crafting session on 14, making pre-crafts and finish 770 gear. Nice.
Did you make all of the sets?
Oh yeah, he did. I just looked in in the crafting channel.
Let's have a look
That's
here.
all the weapons,
That is all
a
of
shield, all the main sets, all the accessories. Damn.
Alright, well, there you go.
Fair play to you.
Alright, enjoy that for the next year, however long it's gonna be till X-Pac.
Alright. Quote 3.
Yep, quote 3. Hold it! Found the body in shock. You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. You can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
Clearly, you haven't watched horror films, Phoenix. Everyone knows that the pretty girl screams the loudest.
Just a requirement of the genre.
Mm-hmm. Part of the rules.
I see. Okay.
Okay. 5th one. The only one we haven't done yet.
Yep. Hold it! Juice! Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
I'm forever cursed by FF7 Mac Abridged. Saw tomato. Don't know, I'm saying it. Saw tomato, you said tomato. My brain went tomato, tomato. And then immediately jumped to Mac Abridged, where it's just, hey, we've got to do this. Yeah, potato, potato. Who the fuck says potato? And it just immediately moves on.
Man,
Like, there is no time, and it's just there and gone, and I love it.
the stupid fast question that just gets skipped over is a lost art in comedy, and it's so good.
It really is.
Have you ever seen clips from the English dub Ghost Stories? I know this is all complete tangent. But
Yes.
you know what I'm about
Not only have I seen it, that shit's on Prime at the moment.
Good.
So there's plenty of people discovering it for the first time recently.
What does she say? It's.
I mean,
Do you know Jesus Christ, your personal savior? What? No, I'm Jewish.
yeah.
That's the one that sticks with me.
There's so many good ones in there, and it makes so much sense when you're informed that they were meant to ad-lib.
Yeah, it was like the show did so bad in Japan. They were just like, just do whatever. We don't care. Do whatever you want.
Everyone coming around the corner, trying to explain really quickly what happened, and the one actor didn't know what was going on, so it's just dig, 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 dig.
Forgot about that one. Oh, it's if you haven't seen anything from Ghost Stories dub, folks, go just look it up on YouTube. You can get the highlights. It's great. It's a fever dream, like the original Bridge series.
It is a gem of how was this allowed to air, but also thank God this aired.
Okay, back in. Huh? There were no lip marks left to suggest on this wine glass that anyone drank from it. I've read that in all out of order. You can figure it out.
Damn, going for the manga reading of this.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I'm so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Get in there!
Go in. X Factor, now.
Miss Andrews! I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Lies. She said the case was open earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Flower vase? Are you... Oh.
Right. I just saw the full model of her and just like, damn, she's got flare pants on.
Yeah, it's like she's got like the form-fitting like tank top on, and then the flared pants down at the bottom. She's got a monk glam on.
Yeah, actually, you could probably assemble that, huh?
Especially now with everything unlocked. Flower vase. Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Judging dots.
I was the one who knocked the flower vase over, where it fell onto the guitar case. So we give the case to this, right? Because it's not wet on the inside.
Yes, I think so.
Alright. Final quote, guitar case. Objection! You testified that you knocked the flower vase over.
Sam Regal's objection is so good.
It's pretty good, yeah. It just caught me off guard when it first started, because I was like, oh god, that's not Bit Trush anymore. It's just a voice clip now. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the case fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
What is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
Objection! What's your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
Objection! No! Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
Objection! But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
Seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. What was in there? Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yes!
Yes.
Make her testify.
Testify.
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either. You've done worse.
Alright, I'll follow along. For now.
I'm surprised you're able to follow along at all, Judge.
Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. The guitar case. Don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. Suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Well, that sounds awful.
Bullshit. That is the dumbest excuse. I opened it because,
Well, I mean, I guess Mia did tell us, like, look, you knock her off her groove, she's done for. I guess we've done that.
Looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
this wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Ooh, just gotta... 1 second, folks. Just gotta
Damn.
loosen my tie up a bit.
King Edgeworth has upped his game.
Yeah, he's, like, clapping back a lot harder. He knows what buttons to press now.
Okay. I think honestly, any but the first one seem promising. Like, the first one is just, yeah, that's a random excuse. But any of the second, third, and fourth could be, well, I saw in there this. Well, you actually did it because of that, so on and so forth.
So, 2 on.
I think so.
Anything. Alright, number 2. Hold it! So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
Objection! As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. Thought maybe the criminal took it. Who would she care about the bright red guitar? But, getting back on topic...
Press on 3.
Yep. Hold it!
Was it really empty? Huh? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Bad line. You could have
Objection.
asked for anything else, dude.
You fool. You've fallen into the trap, Wright. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
Even I don't know.
Even I don't know.
Hold it.
Even Speedwagon doesn't know.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. Only way to make her talk is with evidence. Guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but...
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with.
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. If all else fails, we can use the judge's gavel.
Alright, let's check here. What's in here?
My only thinking is the missing suicide note, because that's my assumption of what was in there.
Oh,
I'm not sure what we would throw for that.
Case says it has
guess
Kurita's
it's
fingerprints,
suicide report.
not hers. So, she couldn't have opened it, so the second statement with the guitar can't be correct.
Yeah. Alright, I'm down to go for that.
Alright. Statement number 2, guitar case. Objection! There we go. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
No way, bro.
God, Matt's rubbing off on me. I really need to get out of this court. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear, as he puts a deer stalker on.
Dear Stalker pops in the pipe.
Which,
You see, my dear.
he can't actually put it over his hair, it just sits on top of it. At the flat bit.
What? No, it's a deer stalker, but it's got pockets in the ears, and he slides it on backwards over the tips.
I was gonna say it's like Jotaro's hat, where it's like you can't even tell if it's a hat or his hair at some point. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah,
Oh, that's a good point there. How could she have his fingerprints?
What is it, Miss Andrews?
you shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? Because she was in a costume, Judge.
She was in a costume and also wanted to avoid putting her prints on the knife.
It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. Well, that's strange. Because she's got the fingerprints on the glass.
Oh yeah, we have her fingerprints there, so that would mean she opened the case and then took the gloves off. Yeah.
You were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? You have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time.
Yeah, this wine glass.
Yep, right here.
I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh, she... Okay.
All right.
What are those made of?
Fucking Blue Exorcist up in here. Scene where the brother gets his glasses smashed. And it's just like, oh shit, my bad, I didn't mean to. And he just very annoyedly pulls open a drawer with 8 other sets.
That's a name that I've heard, but I don't know anything about it. But the way you just described that makes me feel like it's a gag series, but I know it's not.
So, it is a good quality shonen. Just bear in mind the first season was made and overtook the series. So second season kind of goes, all right, wind it back a bit because we went the wrong way. This is the way it actually goes down.
Good.
But serious series, good fights, good animation, good characters. Shout out to my boy Mephisto Fellas. That is a character near and dear to my heart. And yeah, does the kind of very typical shonen thing of action, 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 gags in between. Action, 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 serious story.
Gotcha.
Action, 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 gags in between.
Okay.
Also has some fucking great opening music. They get overwhelmed a lot, and they do some amazing stuff.
Nice. Order! Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
It's just an empty case.
It's an empty case now.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, think outside the box.
Guitar cases don't only contain guitars. Have you not seen... Is it Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
I do not know.
Or is it... fuck. It's going to sound weird, but the Google search is 3 mariachi assassins movie.
Sounds like you're
Yeah, it is Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Alright.
It's a trilogy of movies by featuring Antonio Banderas, I believe.
Yeah, they're what's his face?
But the third one is them versus Johnny Depp. And each of them has a guitar case that has some different mechanism. So, like, one of them's a remote control bomb, another just has a gun inside it that they can fire out the end. And it's just like, I remember seeing that as a kid and going, yo, this is rad, not having any clue what mariachi were.
I thought for a second that was how it goes at the start of Bayonetta as well, but no, it's a coffin for the thing full of guns at the start of Bayonetta.
Yes. The coffin full of handguns. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Oh, wait, that's not right either.
Why's it gotta be white, Phoenix?
Dang.
Fucking ridiculous.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case...
Objection! Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Ah shit, he's onto us.
Yep.
Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
Objection!
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. Which means that
And also, tell Edgeworth that I'm not talking to him anymore. So it just had all the energy of nah.
this case has so much. They've gone far too comfortable with this back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection! If you are so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was in...
Thank you for the inclusivity here, Judge.
Quick question.
Really taking steps in the world.
What is bright black? Just want to point out that's not a thing that exists.
Huh. I guess that's... What's the name of it? There's a... I want to say it's ultra black? The paint that's so dark that it absorbs all light.
Yeah.
So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. I'm going to save after Phoenix has said this because I'm not sure where we're going, to be honest.
Yeah, this could be shaky. Okay. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? So, I think it's suicide report for the hidden suicide note.
The Celeste one?
Yeah, Celeste Impacts.
Okay. So, like, he's carrying it around with him?
Yeah, I think it's the whole thing of she's hoping she could find it. because he's the only one who was there at the suicide and the note was missing. I think she believes he has it.
Oh, I'm willing to give it a shot. Alright.
Because it's also, I don't think anything else here fits.
Alright. Well, suicide report.
Send it.
Take that!
And why would something like that be inside a guitar case? Let alone this one.
Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Fuck.
Yes, and never bring it out again.
Alright, the judge is just like writing Edgeworth's like disc.
I clicked next and I had to stop my thought because I saw what it said.
Mm-hmm.
Can't a foolishly foolish fool get some love?
You can just hear Francisca echoing in the distance. Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that something else was in the guitar at the time of the murder? Or the guitar case at the time of the murder?
Alright, we're back to the loop here.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what would it have been then? So, I guess in that case, they want us to go, yeah, exactly this was in there. Which it can't be the knife. I doubt it would be the button. Is it the article or the camera?
No, cause
No, the camera ended
Lotta
up in the hands
yeah,
of...
Lotta and Oldbag had the camera all night.
Yeah.
Article Adrian did. No, it wasn't Adrian who gave it to us. It was Gumshoe who gave it to us. Or no, that might have been Lotta even. The whole thing we've been on this whole time. The costume. She wore it into the room, which is what we saw in the last picture, to give it to him. And then after she gave it to him, he got killed and someone took it.
Well, I thought the picture we have is her walking out.
It's her walking across the hall.
Picture taken in the hallway right after the murder.
Right after the murder. So, yes. So whoever killed him was in the costume. It wasn't necessarily Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Just anyone shorter. I mean, that's all I got. I don't know. The rest of these don't make any sense. It's like, maybe? It's like, we know where the camera was. We know where the ticket was in our hand. The transceiver was given directly to us. Map was given to us by Gumshoe. We found the case itself. The wine glass was on the table. The crime scene photo doesn't have any relevance. The button was in the pants. Because the only other thing that could have been in there was Adrian's attempted suicide. The only other, the attempted suicide and the costume are the only two things that are unaccounted for.
Yeah. Unless that's where she found the card she's been twirling.
But we don't have that option.
Yeah, I guess we go with Loss's photo then? I'm not sure about any of these. I'm not sure what it wants.
Yeah, it's either Lotta's photo or the original, one or the other. Which one you want to hit first?
Wait, when you say the original, what do you mean?
The Nickel Samurai, like the third option, like the very first one that Maya gave us.
Let's try the Nickel Samurai one, since that's a bit more clear of just this outfit.
Yeah. Alright.
the Nickel Samurai. Take that!
Process of elimination.
That's so dumb. They need to explain why that's in there. Otherwise, the fact that this is the answer is really going to annoy me.
So I think it's what we were, like, supposing all this way, where she was taking it to him, to give it to him so he could out the dirty laundry while he was there. And then...
But he would have had the guitar case, not her.
Right, that's what I mean. She wore it into the room, she gave it to him in the case. Whoever came and killed Juan after opened the case, took the costume, and wore it out, and that's what Lotta's picture is. And then, afterwards, Adrian came in and went through her whole thing.
Okay. So, something in here is not clicking for me.
I mean, that's fair. I got here by just going down the list like, can't be, can't be, can't be, can't be, can't be, can't be. It has to be this, because there's only one thing left.
Oh yeah, I'm agreed on that. Everything else was like, the only other one I could see fitting was the suicide note.
Mhm.
But that didn't work, so it's just like, okay. Rule of elimination, process of elimination. Everything else is off the board, so why not?
Alright, well, let's see where we go. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Oh, and that's why the guitar is back at the studio. She didn't give it to him here. She gave it to him way back when he was at the studio, so he left his guitar there.
Okay. Alright, so yeah. That makes sense, because when you were explaining it, I was like, okay, so she gave it to him with the guitar case here at the thing, but it's no, he was carrying it from else. Okay, that makes more sense.
Brought it with him. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Yes. Order! Order! Oh, it looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. Yep.
Yeah, that scans.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Objection! Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places?
True. That is a little baffling. That's right. Court would like to hear your thoughts. Why was this Nickel Samurai costume, or what was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? It was a spare.
It was a spare.
Mr. Ungard did not take his costume off during the break period. case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What?
But are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose.
But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Gemin Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection! What are you mumbling about to yourself now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
He is a zoomer.
Huh?
No. He is simply one of us. He's in the wrong profession. He knows how to just chat shit.
No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai's spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was the ticket, right? Because he was going to do the show.
Yes.
Press conference ticket. Take that! What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
Press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
So my brain also filled the yes as Captain Falcon. Yes!
See, I had the Corone noise clip of, yes.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, is going to speak about Matt on Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me.
She wasn't talking about you, Judge.
Yes, you just kind of hang out and follow along.
Let's go back to reading your gossip magazine.
I don't remember if this is a thing that's come up or discussed, but I want someone to make a version of the Judge Sprite where he's got like the beer drink hat on his head and a bucket of popcorn in front of him. That's basically what he does.
Just munching away up there.
Yep.
I'm just thinking of like Phoenix or Edgeworth in their pop-off moments, and you're just hearing like slurping an
Yep.
empty cup in the background.
Exactly. Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by one. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. The person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You! Quan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like, somehow, Quan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. I had to clear my throat for a second.
Yeah, okay.
What? And do you know what this secret of Miss Rongard's is, Miss Andrews? It's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone.
Yep.
Yes. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. On Guard!
Perjury.
Perjury admitted. Again.
She just admitted to lying on the stand
This is like the
to protect and influence the outcome of this trial.
This is the second person who's done this in this case, and like the 10th overall. Anytime. And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
And I kind of want to take a look and see if Legal Eagle has done a how legal is it? Because I know he's done lawyering like Better Call Saul moments of going, yeah, there is legal precedence for this and so on. I wonder if he's gone through like the Phoenix Wright games and just gone, wow, there's so much nonsense in this.
This would be CinemaSins ding, I think would be required.
Yes.
Just
like rapidly go through the case and at least once per case, ding, perjury.
Yep, that's perjury. Okay, I need to quickly run to the restroom, so you want to take 5 if you need to refresh anything on. You haven't had to read much, so.
Sounds. Yeah, I mean, either way, I'll go grab a drink, because I finished my tea before we started.
Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes, folks, for protecting Matt. Be back.
So,
Uh-huh. We're back.
as the storm subsided,
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense now. I saw people walking around with like wet hair. I thought it was just like a bit of rain or clearing out some of the snow. Looked in the back garden.
Oh no. Blood.
So you've seen the back garden.
I believe so.
Fairly, like I've put pictures of it. Fairly sizable. Bit tricky for light to get in there, so usually at night, pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good 3 inches of snow out there,
Okay.
which is covering the entire length of it and everything out there, to the point that it is nice and bright outside and is also illuminating the kitchen.
Good. That's in the span of like 2 hours?
Yeah, apparently 1.5 hours.
Nice. And you said it was raining too, so underneath that, or mixed into it, is just a ton of ice.
There's going to be plenty of ice, and we are on top of a hill, on top of a hill, on top of a hill.
Gonna hear some tire screeches.
So, there's going to be some tire screeches, and people are going to need to put on the ice spikes.
Yep. Do y'all still have those commonly?
You don't see them as much, but you get, like, most of the car shops around here will sell ones that you can just belt around your tires.
Yeah. You get chains for that here.
Yeah, just fairly small, contained, and slap them on. It's not openly advertised as, hey, you need this, because people will go and grid the roads every morning, but it's one of those things of, hey, you've got a car, first thing to know, you're going to want some of these for the winter.
Yep.
All right.
Alright, and that's the weather with
God,
Harry.
I don't have to go anywhere. Yeah. Ooh, that is an idea, though. I could potentially set something up down the road.
Instead of a camera just to record it.
I mean, camera, yes, but also because of the thickness and the slope of the hill, could probably legitimately ski at the moment.
I mean, I guess if it's a clean hill.
Yeah, it's a nice, clean, smooth hill.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's been the weather with Harry.
You're welcome, everyone.
Alright. Let's find out about protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. You just said he was asleep.
Yeah. You gave us his alibi.
I guess she then stated she was trying to protect him, so maybe she's like, well, my testimony is bad. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type.
Finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with his testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. It just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. protecting Matt. Alright. Nope. Update the save here, I guess.
May as well.
Alright. So... I don't think we have anything that just contradicts any of this.
Yeah, obviously the one we want to press on is the alibi. But the evidence caused the button and the knife. I think 3 and 4. Yeah, 3 and 4 feel like the ones where she might have something we can crack. Because 3, as was mentioned, she gave us the alibi. 4 brings up the knife, which we're able to potentially twist that towards, well, didn't you grab the knife and bring us over?
Alright, 3 to start then.
Alright,
Alright,
press away.
didn't have an alibi. Hold it! But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. On Guard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. On Guard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. Then what is it, woman?
Can't get a straight answer out of this woman.
When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
God, that's... To steal a phrase from, I think it's from the real-time fan dubs where I originally heard it, but it feels so fitting. God, the caucasity of this bitch.
God, I'm reminded of that. I have no idea what it's from, but it's something that was just like shoved into the set scene tech video. It's just a bit of text that says "white woman spotted," I say audibly.
Shouts out to some of my favorite bits in various things. The white woman jump scare.
Yep. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. Can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy.
Alright,
Yeah.
number 4.
Well, Miss Andrews, what do you have to say about the button and the kniff?
Hold it! You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jamin ninja's costume. We're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt Sakama. Isn't that correct? I think that makes it very decisive evidence. Ugh. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway... Good.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because it's in the same spot as the button. Like, we discussed this, how is it bloody?
Well, no, it's also... It's bloody, for one. But also, we've now locked in and established for everyone, hey, there was a second outfit. He was still wearing the current one. So...
Where's the other one?
The murderer used the second outfit and then put that one in that button in his outfit.
He's double layered up. Just 2 layers
Like,
of
he
plastic
didn't
and
get-
spandex.
Yeah, he didn't go in there in his outfit, fight, and then go, oh, I better disguise myself, and clamber into a second one. Now they'll never know it was me.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Glare.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. You got an update. Okay, so...
Torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
Are we supposed to present buttons?
So
or...
what can we do with that?
I feel like it can't be the button, because otherwise they're gonna be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Is it the autopsy report? Like the thing I said earlier, where it can't be bloody if the button was still on?
Maybe? Yeah, because like they've given us this second line. Let's,
I'll press this one.
for curiosity's sake, try pressing this again.
Okay. The button was torn off. Hold it!
And how do you know that? And the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up. They were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not. I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? Alright, well thank you at least for confirming that for us, Phoenix.
Yeah.
We figured that part out. If you were gonna give us a hint, I would have appreciated what thing to use.
So... Strung with the scarf and stabbed with a knife. Hudson's covered in blood. We have the crime scene. So I don't think it's the crime scene photo. I think can safely rule that out.
Yeah.
I doubt it's the knife because we got them to exclude the knife on purpose here.
Yeah.
So I think it's down to the button, the autopsy report, or somehow Lotta's photo.
Which one has your
I
strongest?
think... Doesn't say. I think the autopsy report has the strongest one because there is that thing of the stabbing was afterwards. So if it got torn off during the fight, how did it get blood on from the stabbing? Is I think the line of thinking here.
Alright. Autopsy report to button was turned off. Let's go.
Send it.
Objection! There's no music, we got it.
E.
This is the victim's autopsy report. Clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation. Knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Gonna head off to bed, have fun with the rest of the case. Bye, Carla.
Take it easy, Carla.
Thanks for
Rest
coming.
well.
Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
Order! Order! What is the meaning?
Objection! What's the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Well, for one, it's one of the key pieces in the accusation that Matt's responsible for it. We've just broken your evidence.
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
Hit the criminal on guard.
Simple. This was a frame job, Your Honor.
There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There is no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is? What, Mr. Wright? Who in the world is the real killer, then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard, is... Adrian?
Be Miss Adrian Andrews.
Take that! Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Corita's killer. What?
Order! 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 Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then
Always gotta love that defense. Not, I'm innocent or that's wrong. Just, you can't prove it though.
Jewish being just like, oh, I love to play this game.
Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. The only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. How many pairs do you have in those pants, lady?
Some deep pockets for women's trousers.
Yeah. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. I don't like that she's making these noises while posing like that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels sexual, and I'm doing my best to avoid it. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. Or, see, what about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No,
Objection. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
Oh, that's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. He is getting into Sherlock Holmes mode of, I'm just gonna follow this, and I've seen it all now.
Yep. I've seen the entire thing. It's time to break the logic down for you all.
Yep. And to top it all off, there is this photo. Photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? She really doesn't look like it. Please, stop. Well,
Yeah,
go for it.
she doesn't really look it, but they have commented a few times on
Yeah.
how she's short.
It's like, could you have not made her actually shorter in the frame like Maya is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? Got her this time.
Miss Andrews.
I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law that says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, you've just admitted it, man. You didn't have to add that last part. We already knew about that.
You've just said your exact reason why you want to use it.
Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. Okay, this is a better explanation for it. What? Phoenix, we've been over this. Oh wait, that was the bonus case, wasn't it? That was when Gant handed off. Okay, you're fine.
Yes, that was Gant.
Okay, you're fine.
So technically, this was written before the time rewrite.
Yeah. Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. On Guard's room.
Oh, God.
Hi, Francisca.
Adrian Andrews,
Yes?
think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright.
Oh, is he gonna say Francisca probably told her?
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. He must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
Did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done.
What's wrong, right? You finished already? Run out of evidence.
Huh? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. No?
No? What?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You've yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Yeah,
I guess, technically.
for that particular aspect of it. But there's plenty of proof. Like, again, Edgeworth, we're not the prosecution. We're not here to go, that person's the murderer. We're here to go, he isn't. Which I feel is a thing this game gets mistaken on over and over again.
As stated, one of these games eventually has the disclaimer at the start that just says this is not how an actual court system works. I just don't remember which one it is.
Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. Just playing the system!
Okay. She's learning, she's being smart.
This is if I did it levels. And it's gonna work if something doesn't happen. No! She's taking that defiant attitude again! Mia, what should we do? Go.
That just reminds me of, have you ever seen the cover of the O.J. Simpson book?
No. I know that it's titled If I Did It.
Yeah, so obviously there's the whole thing of it's pretty clear he did it. But so this book comes out with the autobiography, and it's If I Did It, but the if is incredibly small. so that anyone who just glances at it reads "I did it" and doesn't see the if. And so it's like, if I did it.
Uh-huh. Sure, pal.
And just whoever made that cover, stellar job with that.
That was someone who got hired and was like, do I have to? And the publisher was like, yes. And they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it my way. Take it away.
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof.
But that's not true!
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do. That is to declare a recess.
Recess!
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial...
Tomorrow! We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. This trial... Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth.
This ain't about him.
Yeah, exactly. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Maybe instead of being a jerk when he showed back up, Phoenix, you should have told him!
Instead of just being a dick and going, "You left, I thought you were dead. What are you on about? You left!" Could have just gone, "Hey, look, Maya, remember her? Helped save you? Yeah, in danger, big trouble, need to get this verdict today. Cool? Break."
Or, you know, Gumshoe, you could have told your boss.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Objection! It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. See what I did there, Phoenix? That's how you do this shit.
He's just really the James Bond. Oh, my actions were unusual. But I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Wink. Hmm.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
He's testing us, Mia.
Mhm.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body. That glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Tuan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, thought he had just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. He had a knife in his chest, that's a lie.
That's bullshit.
That's real bad.
Because that implies either the knife wasn't in his chest, and you're straight up lying, or the knife truly wasn't in his chest at the time, and you stabbed him because, well, I've got to pin this on Matt somehow. Oh, is that what this is?
Oh, so...
Because like, we
yeah,
assumed
yeah.
that he had been killed because of him being in the outfit.
Mhm.
Did the killer do the deed? And then she was like, no, but we had a plan. We were going to expose Matt. There's still a chance. And tried to frame him.
Alright, alright. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
What the hecky?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. So it's to him sitting there, right? And it's the picture.
Yeah, I think so. First of all, we'll probably press on it to see how she describes it, in case it's like, we need her to describe it properly, and then go, hang on a second. Eine Minute bitte.
Alright, number 4. This is about him not being dead. Hold it! Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all? Yeah, that sounds fragile enough to be the spot.
Try pressing 3.
3 as well, okay.
He was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
Hold it! Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. It's just me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's, as we say, why would you look at him and go, he must be sleeping, when there's a knife right next to his face?
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? So number 3?
Yep. I reckon number 3, the crime photo.
Yeah.
It's either the crime photo or the knife.
Yeah. Crime photo. On number 3, objection! That's a generic one.
That's generic.
Gonna speed through that.
Yep.
So, knife to 3.
I believe so.
Objection! Your Honor! Nope, that's another generic one.
Really?
I think it is 4, then. I don't know why Phoenix said the thing there. He should not have, because that definitely makes it feel like it's that one. It has to be 4 in the picture, right?
Yeah, in that case, it's got to be 4.
I'm gonna update the save in case we're getting really bamboozled here. This one does not work, I am calling foul. But, for safety, crime photo, thought he was dead, did not
For
cross
some
my mind.
reason, it's like, you're meant to present the button, because clearly she would notice the button was missing.
I swear. Alright. Crime photo, to the thought he was dead, didn't cross my mind. Objection! There it is. Okay, thank you. We knew what it was, we
Okay.
had to find the spot. Rub X on Y. Rub X.
Yeah. Or my preferred one from Monkey Island. Apply wax lips to yak.
Alright. Yep, sure.
It is one of my favorite sequences in a point and click game where you don't see anything happen. All you see is the actions on the bottom, and you hear the results off screen.
Was that? Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about now. As you're, like, moving through something, it just, like, flies through a bunch of prompts.
Mm-hmm.
So, you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. That's, well, you see... Doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is? Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ugh. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. No.
Perfect noise gating there by Discord. He was just like, nah, oh.
I tried to go down as it was happening and was catching each peak.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on guard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify. Accept the result.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt On Guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone has.
True.
Well then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt On Guard.
Objection! Your Honor. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth.
What's he going on about? Is he pulling her leg? The absolute, real truth. What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Huh?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt On Guard will go free. And in his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over. And Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
Give me 1 second.
Good.
Just having to sort up work then. It's Franziska von Kahn.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Oh my god, has she latched onto Franziska?
Yeah, I picked that up the last time. I was like, oh, she's picked up on Franziska because she has such a powerful personality.
Yeah.
Then right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Kahn. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt On Guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging onto them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please. Someone. Help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who's the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying right over there. Right?
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You gotta get her to say it to get the real truth.
Yep, I think I'm gonna drop a save just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a... Alright. Well, because here's the thing, I'm looking at this of also Edgeworth going, hey, are you the person who will do the right thing like you used to be? Or are you going to become what I used to be and force the verdict you want?
Alright. Force Andrews to testify?
Yep, we need the answer
Alright.
to save Maya.
Have to win a complete acquittal today. No way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal. But in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. Commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
Disappointed, Dots. What a shame.
Huh?
I'd hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. I read shoulders and my brain translated disclose to dislocate. I was just like, damn.
I'm gonna dislocate my shoulder right now in the middle of court.
It's like, man has decided, you know what, I'm tired of waiting for the answers. Torture is the way forwards.
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth!
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
What?
And because of this illness, she's tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop. I beg you. If people find out, I'll...
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern
Good
to me.
Lord!
Fucking cold!
Edgeworth!
Damn!
This man's like, I already did that once. Look at me, I'm alive.
And she goes, I'm gonna jump. And Edgeworth just turns around and do a flip.
Yeah. Edgeworth. How can you be so cold?
However, will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Edgeworth hitting her with the and then, and only then, you will have my permission to die.
Oh boy.
So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me.
I'll talk. But please. Help me. Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing really matters.
My
Anyone can see.
my crime. In good. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. I realized he was dead. That was when I formulated my plan. I made sure there was no one in the hallway. Made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished, returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
Stab the body? With the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? Pin the blame on a certain person. Certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
That's right. I pinned it all on Dick Gumshoe.
What?
I saw him lurking around, and I knew he was the one.
Oh, come on, lady. You can't just be confessing to me in the middle of court like that. I appreciate the gesture.
Oh, God. Everyone in court just, no, Gumshoe, that's not what you... Go home, Gumshoe.
Well, I'll be on my way to collect my last check.
And judging by his demeanor, Edgeworth plays the world's tiniest violin as he heads out.
Yeah.
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth.
The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again. Just like last time. Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime.
What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
I'm shocked we even have one here. I feel like we're supposed to just press, maybe? I don't... None of this stood out as, like, something she definitely couldn't have done.
Yeah. Thought he'd fainted, honest. Realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan.
Like, all of this is a...
No one. I assume this is the we press on. Hey, so what was that inconvenience?
Maybe. The number 5?
Oh! She has the card because it's a calling card.
Oh, yes.
And she was like, no, if the calling card is here, they're going to think it wasn't Matt.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Number 5, press.
Yes.
Hold it! An inconvenience. There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lot. There's also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you.
That's...
I was less scared of the ray gun, honestly, and more just I could sense her aura.
And Reagan was flashing lights on a gun, of course. I have no doubt she could make it work, but under that mask, I saw deep and dark void. Endless rage. Undying torment. It was horrifying.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess press on... Yeah, I'm not sure what they want us to do here.
Just from the top. Let's find the thing.
I guess we just go down the line.
This
yeah.
might genuinely just be, alright, just press her on everything to get all the information. This could have just been all at the front, but sure, game. Hold it! From the top. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is a part of the Gem and Ninja's costume. So, I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice.
Okay.
Still not sure how you
Yeah,
missed the
that
bright gold
scans.
knife. Or, well, no, it wasn't there yet, that's right.
Yes.
Alright. Next one. Hold it! What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world, but he didn't know that.
Yeah, Matt didn't know anything about this happening.
So, Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
Then go into the hallway.
Hold it! That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
Then stabbed him and ripped it off.
Hold it!
Mm-hmm.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. Horrible thing I did. At the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I can make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off, and then plant it in Mr. Ongard's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. Things never go that smoothly.
Yeah, bit of an inconvenience, which was the pair of them, and then
Why'd you use
she
it?
used the Nickel Samurai costume.
Hold it.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes. I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes. Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know.
So it's not suicide thing, unless it's separate, because she thought that. Okay.
I mean, it might still be, and he just went, I've got a plan to expose him, and just never
Told her.
said what it was.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Onguard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama. Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. And I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it?
Expectant dots.
Real criminal is Matt Onguard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Ooh, dots.
Dots.
What
Rattling dots.
this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Objection. Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it's not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
That's a bad sound.
Uh-oh. Why are we all still here?
Yep. Because Phoenix is having a breakdown of,
Yep.
oh no, I failed. Yep.
Yep.
Phoenix Wright in the Eva chair.
Why about it like that? It is that pose. I've also just noticed he grips his spikes.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and establish a headcanon right here and now. His spikes are not gelled or set up that way. He actually goes for full wings backwards, but stress and anxiety means he keeps on just cratering in sections to establish the spikes.
You know what? That's very possible.
Today's trial. It's over. I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Huh? Edgeworth? What is it?
I was about to say, what is that card? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room?
That day.
Yes. Oh, it's right there next to the glass. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body. I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah.
I don't worry, Edgeworth is gonna get us. She's not a stable person. Take a breath.
Someone just needs to unload on her of just, why did you not bring this up during the case?
To be fair, she did just say she just now remembered it.
Yeah, I guess not, but still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why...
Hold it.
Oh no, it is him. Okay.
Witness. That card. Give it to me. Hurry. Oh, has he been, like, working with Interpol or some shit?
Oh yeah, and he knows
while he was
exactly
abroad?
what the
And
symbol
so
is.
knows the killer?
Yep, he's like, oh my lord, I know who this is. And he, like, pieces together what Phoenix was saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
I didn't mean to.
What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before.
Even when we were discussing his father's murder.
That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean?
Find out next time.
Yep, to be continued.
Yep.
Alright, everybody, it's time to go rescue Maya, I guess.
Yep. I do remember plot shotgunning last time when we found out Gumshoe was getting full on fired and had the tracker. He's going to go after Maya, and we're going to have to track him via Francisca's tracker. So I'm standing by that of us buying time in court while he goes and searches.
Right. Well, thoughts on today's bit of court?
There were a couple that annoyed me. There were a couple where it's just like, why have you set this up like this? Or
The
certain things just not cleanly making sense.
the one that really got me was when they have Phoenix make the quote of that one sounds weird, but it's the one after it. It's like, why did you put that on that one?
Yeah.
Put it on the next one. Don't give me a hint
'Cause
line to the wrong thing.
Originally looking at the pair of them, I was like, okay, either of these could be it. It might be one of those things where they accept multiple answers. But then they say that, and it's just, oh, okay, it's this one right here. Ugh. The games are good. There's a lot of moments like that where I'm just like, man, that is going to be a quirk that is going to vex me.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, solid day in court.
Mhm.
Fucking ruthless Edgeworth
Yeah.
posting.
Yeah, it's like, good lord, dude, you gotta chill. You're gonna
I
get
almost want to
canceled.
see if I can find a screenshot of that, just to go, holy shit, Edgeworth is a cold motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I expected him to be like, I understand you're going through it, but that's not the point. But a straight up, I don't care, die later. It will inconvenience me if you die now.
Yeah, to a woman who he knows without a shadow of a doubt is mentally unstable.
Mentally unstable, has attempted it previously. It's just, fuck. Like, in the time that he's been gone, yes, he's evidently reevaluated his position as a prosecutor to try and more lean towards the I'm going to be a prosecutor so that we can create a perfect case and put away those who deserve to be put away.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he has become fucking ruthless in his time away. Damn.
If this case holds its water, I think this will become my favorite. I will say.
So far, it's shaping up really well. I'm imagining we're going to have to talk with Matt on guard on the podium at some point.
Mm.
So I'm trying to think who the other
We
witnesses will
still
be.
haven't seen the bear grenade.
Yes, the bear grenade doesn't exist yet. I've just realized something. Not so much realized, but a bit of a plot shotgun is forming. I think we might have the killer on the stand.
Oh.
Because either with his... Because we're obviously going to turn this towards it was you.
Yeah.
Turn it towards it was the killer. But we've had both his model and there's the transceiver, right?
Mm.
This game is weird, and we have previously interviewed a parrot.
Yes, we have. As a reminder, that did become real in 2017.
Yes. But I'm thinking in that vein, we're going to put the transceiver on the stand.
Oh.
And we're going to have to try and interrogate him and cross-examine him over the radio as part of our buy time so he doesn't hurt Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, if you're in here focusing on this, you're not focusing on them. Like, that is my absolute curveball. I don't know if it will happen, but just based on how this series is, that is a possibility, and I am not marking it off.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is going places.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
very solid case so far. Very nice.
and as a note, this will be the last in this time slot from us, as I have classes beginning next week, and this time slot is smack dab in the middle of a class I have to take. So we'll be moving this to Wednesday at the same time instead of Thursday, barring anything happening.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have that all going on. Uh, anything you would like to add, Ari, beyond here?
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. I suppose on my end that means my schedule will probably shift up, so the streams on my channel probably become Tuesday, Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you wanna shill said channel?
Sure. People can find me over at twitch.tv/Grumpy Magician, where currently, as ever, I play whatever the fuck I feel like playing that day. Currently, Ast Libra, Warframe, PoE, and Lords of the Fallen are all contending for spots. So that's a time. Can also find me over at Blue Sky at grumpymagician.bsky.social, where I post notifications. That's when I go live, post about 3D things, and at the moment, I'm trying to stay steady with a arts everyday thing. So far, it's a lot of boxes because I realized something during my first day of doing it, and especially moving into the second day. I was never taught art properly. There's a lot of stuff I looked around and was just like, well, this is what people take as the basics. I'm like, that's what is that? Because primary school, no art teaching. They were like, mess around with clay, mess around with Play-Doh, draw some stuff, whatever. Second school at the grammar, go in and they're like, okay, it's time for art. So lesson 1, we're going to learn how to paint. And we're going to go into painting, and it's going to be nothing but painting and oil and watercolors. And I'm doing this, and I'm just like, man, I missed a lot, huh?
Yeah, you kind of jumped over a few basics there.
So there have been, like, both ones I've uploaded so far have copious notes on them of, wait, this is how this works? This looks like this? What is this? But yes, you can find those over there and keep track of that. And I think the only other one is youtube.com/@grumpymagician.
Right.
And I believe that is me.
Well, you want to see more from me, you can do so here a bit more sporadically going forward at twitch.tv/thecs19. Or to see old things, you can hop over to YouTube at youtube.com/@thecs19. And then if you want to see the announcements for when sporadic streams will be happening, because again, with school starting up and trying to balance everything with that and also getting jobs rolling, I'm not going to have as much time. I'm not going to know when I'm going to be free. So we're just going to do it when I feel like doing it. You can do...
Yep.
Yeah. You can see when that happens over on Blue Sky at thecs19.bsky.social. I also just like repost like stuff. So, you know, if you want to see stuff, then I can provide that.
I think we're both guilty of just, hey, you want to have some art on your timeline? Take this and this and this and this.
Yep.
Of just reposting things.
Just get a periodic like repost of some random meme that made me laugh. And it's probably not very good, but it made me laugh, so you're gonna have to deal with it. What was the one earlier today? I had one. It was like really stupid, but it just like got me. You know what? Not today. There's like one recently that I shared. Don't remember what it was. I mean, there's the one from Ray today, which is the text meme, which ends with "Who's in the cage?" Chibi, which is just, just good. I must not have reposted this one. I must have just shared it in Discord. But yeah, keep an eye out for that thing. I think there's supposed to be a Honkai Impact patch out soon. Or no, the patch is out, so the story will roll out at some point in the next few weeks. So I'll set aside a week to do that at some point. As we exit the, well, likely exit the brief reprise of nice and light things after the last year of, oh god. Similar to what we were talking about at the start with Oshinoko, where it's like, oh no, this feels a little too real. Is what this last year has been.
Yeah, I mean that game does a lot of that. Speaking of gacha, though, Arknight's Enfield soon. I'm curious to get my hands on it.
One of those that I'm not judging. I appreciate Arkfield's art, or Arknight's art design. I don't want a factory builder to be involved.
Oh yeah, so apparently that's not too huge a thing.
Yeah, it's just the characters.
But also, yeah, more than fair.
Soon
I'm just like, holy shit,
Tango.
One of these. Hey, what's good, Tango? Yeah, I'm just like, man, 4 players on screen? Because your entire party is out there. And it brings back my favorite thing from Honkai 3rd, which is conditional swaps. So, like, the whole thing of building your team around who actually triggers each other's QTEs, that is a thing in Enfield of, hey, everyone has special moves and skills, but you need to trigger the condition for them to activate them. So you're actually, rather than just, hey, like what ZZZ does and what Wuwa does of, what is my team? Oh, my team is all eggs in Zani's basket. She is going to nuke the fuck out of someone. Everyone else is just there to help her nuke. Instead, it's, okay, well, I've got this person who can then trigger this person's thing, which then allows them to trigger this. Like, good old school, doing, what? Aponia, Eden, and...
Fischl.
Yeah, it was Fischl who would do it. Of just, hey, look at these procs, look at these ends of combos, all triggering each other's stuff to work together. It's like, it's good shit, and I'm glad that Enfield is going, no, we need more of that. Also, it just looks fucking pretty.
That's something I will always stand by. I don't know any of the characters' names. While we were talking about this, I was looking up the character design, which stuck in my brain many years ago. Her name is Tomimi, apparently. She's the alligator girl.
Tomimi.
I have never known her name until I just looked it up right now, but that design stuck in my brain when I saw it many a moon ago. In some random post.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Alright, but before we derail ourselves once more tonight, that is where we shall call it. We'll be back again on Wednesdays now, same time as before. Show up as we see however this is going to go as this case gets increasingly dark.
We move from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney into Phoenix Wright Ace Hostage Ransom Negotiation.
Pretty much. Alright. Well, I am going to send you all over to someone, because we actually have a decent number of people this evening. Let's see, so...
Let's go.
Relevant size in the same category, we've got a channel here called That's Some Random Couple. Looks like they're doing the Steel Samurai case in the first game. Judging by this thumbnail. So,
nice.
Thank you all for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.